Good evening, I'm Court with sports. It wasn't exactly the encore of a thrilling Maysville versus Rosecrans boys soccer game from Monday night, but it was indeed an event of its own, especially if you're a fan of John Glenn Muskie's boys soccer team, seeking a quality win over an above average opponent. Tuesday night, boys soccer from West Muskingum High School, and it was the visitors from John Glenn High School who were victorious. A 3-0 shutout win for John Glenn over West Muskingum Tuesday night. Many opportunities arose for both teams, especially in the first half. Set piece after set piece and offensive after offensive opportunity narrated the first half highlights for both the Muskies and the Twisters. John Glenn led 1-0 at halftime after the lone goal was scored in the 29th minute. Early in the second half, the defensive stalemate continued, yet finally, John Glenn accomplished what they set out for and nearly tripled their lead to 3-0. John Glenn upgrades their record to 500 at 3-2 on the season and will be back in action Thursday at Newark. West Muskingum falls to 5-4 on the year, and that will face Heath Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock on the road. Well, the Ohio State Buckeyes are coming off the hands of defeat of the Oregon Ducks Saturday afternoon. The Buckeyes are desperately scrambling to find out what went wrong, specifically with their defense, and fix it. Head coach Ryan Day's team was not able to score the usual second half 40 points that bailed them out of trouble the week prior in Minnesota. The problem currently lies with the defensive side of the ball. At today's press conference, Day expressed what was ahead for the Bucks.
And I think the great thing about something like this is two things. One, the issues that are there get exposed, and you get a chance to really address them with this group. And then two, you find out a lot about a lot of people when adversity hits.
The Buckeyes take on 0-2 Tulsa this Saturday at home in Columbus as the first of two consecutive non-conference lower-level opponents before they open up a Big Ten play in New Jersey in Piscataway against Rutgers. The Buckeye defensive adjustments should be quite evident against Tulsa, pretty obvious on Saturday.
Things are going well. People can be front runners. They can pat you on the back, and whether it's inside the program or outside the program. But when something goes bad, you find out about who people are, and that's something that it's called life.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association released the first state rankings of the football season for high school. The top 16 teams in each region will qualify for the postseason. In Division I, Region 3, winless Newark at 0-4 is currently in the 16th spot, and they are tied with Grove City, Olentangy Orange, and Reynoldsburg coming out of Columbus. In Division 3, Region 11, Granville, an unblemished 4-0 record, sits at the top of number 1 spot. Tri Valley 3-1 and Sheridan are 3-1 and tied for second. And at 8 is the Zanesville Blue Devils right now, just on the outside looking in of a playoff spot with a 1-2 record. In Division 5, Region 15, Heath is 3-1 in third place. Philo, also 3-1, takes the 4th spot, so some symmetrical records being looked at here. Meadowbrook is 3-1 at the 7th spot, and John Glenn, the Muskies, find themselves at 500 at 9 at 2-2. Cambridge sits at 11th with a 3-1 record. Riverview is set at 18 with a record at 2-2, and 19 falls into Licking Valley, who is 1-2 on the season. Maysville 1-3 and is 22nd, and Lakewood is 24th with a 0-4 record. Continuing on now, some perfect records to continue in the next division. West Muskingum, they're still undefeated at 4-0. They're in the 6th spot in their division right now. Following them is New Lexington at 500, is 12th. Morgan at 1-2 sits at 17th, and at 20th is Coshocton with a 1-3 record. Buckeye Trail has a record of 2-2, so a lot of 500 teams right now. Shenandoah, they're ranked 23 at 1-2, and Crooksville still looking for their first win at 0-3. And Division 7 jumping ahead, Region 27, Newark Catholic sits atop 4-0, Caldwell at 2-2, and Miller and Rosecrans tied at 21 with 1-3 apiece. This week, there are 3 radio games on tap for your listening pleasure on Z92. You can listen to them on New Lexington takes on Tri Valley. David Kinder will have the call of this one, along with Andrew Allison on AM 1240. Jeff Moore and Garrett Young will bring you the Zanesville Heath game from Highway 103. And Greg Mitz and Corey Perkins will have the action between Muskingum and Maysville. That's Court with Sports. We'll have more after this.